How's it, everyone? Welcome back. This is the Mac Coast to Coast Show. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you know when we go live. Here's your host, Brian McLemara.
Oh, hi. Hello out there. Welcome back to the Mac Coast to Coast Show, the only place where you can go and get your fill of whatever you don't have. I'm glad to be your host. I'm Brian McLemara, or as they like to call me, B-Max. And I'm here with my two cousins, T-Mac and Razzle. Razzle, let's check in with Razzle. How you doing, Razzle?
What's going on, everybody? It's our 1-year anniversary. I hope you guys have been enjoying. We had to take a little break. I had to go get that ring, you know what I'm saying?
Ring time.
And T-Mac.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show, man. It's been almost, like Raz said, tomorrow will be our 1-year anniversary. We've been doing the show. It's been a fun ride, and for everybody out there that's subscribed and joined the crew, we appreciate it. And thanks for joining us today. Enjoy the show.
It's our anniversary. Our anniversary. The first thing. Yeah.
Oh,
So it's
what's
our
up,
anniversary,
Ladies and gentlemen,
baby.
B-Pain.
Be paid in the house.
Happy anniversary, guys. So, before we get the show started, let's give a shout out to all the people that don't pay us any money. And let's go ahead and get our sponsors.
Checks in the mail.
If you're ready to brand your business so you can keep the lights on, then you better give the guys at Brand Ready a call.
Brotherhood 808
Yeah,
Clothing
Brotherhood.
Company. It's a company started to bring friends together like family.
Like family.
This company was born and raised in Hawaii since 2007. Remember, live life to the fullest. Brotherhood 808 Clothing Company.
Brother out.
Brotherhood 808 Clothing Company. Brothers for life.
You ready? We're out there.
We're out there, dude.
We're out there, bro.
Yeah,
Brotherhood
I don't know about
808
y'all, man.
Clothing.
My check's been rolling in. I don't know, man. I
don't know. Maybe Brian's not in the loop, dude.
Yeah, man.
Checks
Maybe
are
we
flowing.
need to must not have sent in your W-2 information.
Yeah. So what's
Our
going on, Raz?
1099s, I guess we are.
Raz, man, I want to hear about your journey and what's went on this last, we haven't done the show, sorry guys, for a while. Raz had his little endeavor up to the mountains, and love to hear about it, man. Well, how was it?
Well, as you know, it's kind of, hastily put together, but everything was great. The photographers were cool people. Maybe we can have them on the show sometime, talk about some of their escapades, but it was awesome. Close family only, because of all the stuff going on in this world. But and then we cruised up to Blue Ridge, Georgia, and then we drove up in the mountains to Tennessee, and then we cruised over to Tallulah Falls, to the gorge, and it's beautiful over there, man.
Yeah, I saw some of the pics, man. The trees all changing colors. That's a beautiful part of the United States, huh?
Yeah, man, that trip down to Helen, Georgia was beautiful. I guess the leaves were on the trees a little longer than normal. See all the foliage. It was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, you had a little mic problem there for a sec, but it's all good. I can hear you now. But yeah, dude. And how's Florida going, man? How's the weather over there? I heard it got a little cold front coming in now, starting to cool down a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't had to mow the grass in a month, so it's been pretty nice. Went out there with a weed eater and hit a couple spots and did our yearly mulching. Good fun stuff.
Yeah, dude. I was reading in the news
Daddy
today.
do works.
I was reading in the news today, man. They're finding like crocodiles in Florida now. That'll be nice.
Oh yeah, they're all down there.
Holy, look at that.
They're all
dude.
down there in South Florida. Yeah.
Wow,
Wow.
that's gonna be crazy, dude. You need to get them before they get overpopulated like them pythons.
Actually, somebody in Cocoa Beach sent a picture of one, and which is quite a coincidence because our guest today is Bloody Bill from Cocoa Beach. He's a marine biologist, one of our good friends. Is he's gonna talk about life?
He's gonna run in. Yeah, I like that entrance.
Oh,
Yeah. How you
How
doing,
are
brother?
you guys doing? You
Dude.
do not know how long it has been since I've hung out with the McLemara brothers in Cocoa Beach.
I know, brother. It's been way too long, hadn't it?
dude.
I mean,
And
I've hung out with you guys separately in Hawaii and in Cocoa Beach, and you cannot know how much of an honor this is to hang out with you guys again.
cool,
Man, I feel you, brother. I feel the same way about you, dude. The time you came out here to Hawaii, we had a good time. We got to drink some beers together, and I know you were. I'd love to hear it. Why don't you let our guests know a little bit about yourself? And I know when you came out here, you were doing some stuff on the boat, and you're, I'd love to hear some of the things you were doing out here in Hawaii.
Oh, do you want to know the first time or the second time?
Boy,
I mean,
yeah,
because the first time, I was staying at the Ala Moana Hotel and I ran into
Sir.
you,
right,
and
right.
it was an interesting time. That was my first gig as a marine biologist, and it was an amazing time to see you hanging out and working and living and succeeding in Hawaii, because that's not an easy thing to do by any means.
Right.
But
Oh, yeah.
the second time I came out, I saw y'all, and it was more difficult. Let's put it like that. But you know what? All of us have grown up here in Cocoa Beach. We've tried to make our way in the world, and I cannot say enough good thing about you guys. It was just amazing to be invited to actually come on y'all's podcast.
Oh, that's awesome, man. It's great to have you on the Matt Coast to Coast show, brother. And, like I said, dude, it's been moons since I saw you. You're looking good, dude. You look like you should be on your own TV series or something, dude. Like, you look awesome. You're out on the boat all the time. I want to hear some of the stories you're doing right now. What's going on? Where are you at? And what's going on?
Absolutely. You know what, guys? I mean, I've really tried to do the best I could using my knowledge and everything for the greater good of the water, the people, everything in general. And this really is a trying time, I have to admit, both here at home where we all grew up in Cocoa Beach, in Hawaii, the Northeast, California, everything.
Right.
And I'm really happy that you guys are having a podcast such as this, to where we can kind of come together and talk about things like this, because this is really an important thing. I've dedicated my life, my career, and dare I say, my soul to it. So I basically started when I saw you, T-Mac, out there in Hawaii. I started doing fisheries, did that for about 7 years, moved over to Florida Fish and Wildlife, did that for 7 years. I was principal investigator. And then I kind of switched gears. I went into surveying and I went into wind energy. And that really is going to be the future of how we can cut carbon emissions, how we can really do better for this earth. I know that you, T-Mac, have seen it over there in Waimea in the valley.
Yeah,
And
sure enough.
yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at these days.
Oh, wow, cool. So that's what you're up to. That's awesome, man, because,
Yes,
like you
sir.
said, when I surf Lonnie's and stuff, I look up in the valley and I can see them all over. And, I know it's good for the earth, and it's a good thing that you're doing, man. I'm stoked that you're helping us out here on the planet. You know what I mean?
I really feel good that I kind of switched gears over to something that I might be able to be more productive with. And, I mean, use your powers for good, not for evil. So many people can just get by in life and very few of us can excel in life. You know, I
Right.
mean, you remember me when I had short hair and no beard,
Right.
and now my beard is very much on the gray side.
I love it, dude. You look cool.
You look
Thank
seasoned,
you.
man.
And it's not because it's been easy. It's because it's been hard. And you know what? We do things because it's hard, not because it's easy. We fight for what we believe in. So
That's
I know
right.
you guys have.
Well, hey,
Come on.
Bill, I wanted to introduce you to B-Max, aka Brian McLemore, man. That's our cousin, my dad's brother's son. He's an awesome brother and, part of the McLemore fam. And, he's a good dude. He's up there in D.C.
Very nice to meet you, Mr. B. Max McLemore.
Hey,
I've heard a lot
too.
about you. Never gotten the opportunity to speak with you face to screen, you know?
Oh, awesome, dude. I'm my reputation precedes me. I can't believe that you've heard of me. You must have you must have been in done some time down there. I don't know. I'm pretty famous around.
I grew up with your cousins, so I may have heard about you once or twice.
Right on, right on. I love these guys. You know, the McLemore clan is a very special clan. We're all criminals from way back. We come from a descended line of criminals.
Oh, man.
There's that story.
You know what I
about
would actually say? I wouldn't say you guys are criminals. I would say you guys are legendary.
legendary. I love that. I
Thank
love this guy.
He's
Must
an awesome
remember
dude,
those
bro.
Jungle Juice parties then.
Yeah.
Yes, at Places in the Sun. Trust
Yes,
me,
sir.
I was there. I worked at Taco City.
Yeah.
For
Yes,
21
sir. You're rocking
years.
the hat right now. I love it, dude. Taco
Absolutely.
City, baby.
Yeah.
Speaking of Taco City, I just want to say rest in peace to Simon. I know you guys had the paddle out this weekend, and sorry
Yeah.
I couldn't make it. I was honeymooning and all that, but he was a great guy, and he'll be missed.
Yes, sir.
I
you
don't
will.
know if I can actually say this, but I know that Simon would have really enjoyed us talking about him and having him be here. And even though he could not be here in person, I got a little bit of him right here with me. So I mean,
Sweet.
shout
bro.
out to Simon, shout out to the McLemores, shout out to Cocoa Beach, and shout out
Yeah.
to the future and the remembrances of where we came from, you know?
Right, Roger that, man. A lot of
Yeah, we
good
were-
memories and at Taco City, I mean, those were good times and good people down there, man. When you went in there, it was almost like a aloha spirit they had when you went in. It was like, "What's up, boys?" It was like, I know for you guys, you've lived it a lot longer than I have because I left, but I remember those days when I'd go in there and eat, and it was like it was a family of brothers in there,
For sure.
I mean, you even know living in Honolulu for as long as you have, you know how much a place like Nico's at Pier 38 means to
Yes, sir.
the locals.
Right.
I worked at Nico's at Pier 38. And if you go into Nico's at Pier 38, you will see
sir.
Nico wearing a Taco City shirt in more pictures than he is with his own shirt, which is
Wow, that's sick, dude. I
amazing.
never knew that. I never knew you worked there, dude. It's funny you say that. We went and ate there the other day, and I had some seared ahi and some they had the
Oh, yeah.
swordfish plate. Man, that thing was bomb, dude. It had some kind of like pineapple salsa on it. Woo!
yeah.
Boy, broke the
Those guys
mouth
over
up.
there, man. I was so lucky to get into that the way that I did. And you know what? I could not have done it without the McLemoras, the Enquists, and certain other people, you know.
Yeah.
But I've always been lucky and fortunate enough to just be a good enough person and get into the good crews and wherever I've been. And I cannot thank you guys enough for everything that you've done, both in the present, the future, as well as the past. You know,
Right, I feel you on that, brother. Because you know why, right? You got a good heart, dude. That's why everywhere you go, people feel it. They want to hang with you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, so did the McLemores. That's why
Yeah.
we're probably still talking 30 years later.
Yeah.
True.
Roger
It's-
that.
It's a weird thing, isn't it?
It is.
That was
It
quite
is,
a
man.
quite a brotherhood we had back then, in Cocoa Beach,
Oh,
man.
man.
I often look back and I'm like, wow, that like any given night we had 30 people that were all just like almost like family. It was crazy.
It
I know
was.
I know we had one goal in mind, which was to get drunk. But it was a
Oh,
time
dude,
I'll
that
never
was-
forget for sure.
Yeah, that was all
You know what,
time
guys?
times, man.
We were all each other's family when maybe none of us had family the way that we needed. And
Right.
we all hooked each other up. We were all brothers. We
Yeah.
had that brotherhood, which is
Roger
why
that.
T-Mac started all of that, because it came from somewhere. And it came
Yeah.
from Cocoa Beach.
It
100%.
did. Definitely,
Yeah.
brother. When I moved to Hawaii, the way I was raised with my mom and hanging with all you dudes, I already had the Hawaiian style in me when I moved here. So that's why I kind of just flew right in,
That's
Does
going to
it
be
happen?
part of your brand, dude. You got to tell that part of the story. Is that on the
Yeah,
website?
And, well, he just told it. So everybody tuning in right now.
Oh,
Get
dude, we got to tell
online.
that. We got to tell that part of the
Get
story.
some gear, brothers. Get some brotherhood gear right now as we're talking. I'd be appreciative. Rock that stuff, brother. Yeah. Hey, Bill, you got a great point there. And that's exactly why I started this company, because of that. I moved to Hawaii. I didn't have my closest family to me, and I was away from my real family, and my friends were my chosen family, and that's where it all came around. That's how it started.
That's 100%, T. I mean, none of us moved to Cocoa Beach because we were doing the best or, doing the greatest.
That sounds like a great tourism thing. Move to Cocoa Beach because you're not doing the best.
No, but
Not doing the
you know what?
best. Move to Cocoa Beach. You belong
you know-
here.
Well,
You
the
know what?
two
We
most
all moved
popular.
there, and we all had a reason why we loved saying that we were from there.
Right.
And it might have been parties at Belinda's. It might have been Taco City. It might have been places in the sun. It might have
Right.
been certain other
Brassies.
things.
Yeah, brass days,
Jeez.
baby.
I tell you what, my favorite memory of Cocoa Beach. So I lived in Florida for like a year, and I went to Cocoa Beach with my girlfriend one time, and I've only been there one time, but I'll never forget it. There were probably about, I don't know, 15 to 16 people standing in a circle watching this cop taser this dude over and over again. And I was like, man, this is better than a campfire.
It actually is. That's a good point.
Oh man.
The beach
So,
has
hey,
changed
Bill.
over the years. Yes, sir.
I saw some pictures you sent us when you were holding that. I think it's a big tiger shark there
Yes,
on
sir.
the left. Tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about what you were doing out there with the sharks, man.
I was a commercial shark fisherman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the other one right next to you, that's me holding a white shark that we caught 5 miles off the beach of Fort Pierce.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, and the other two pictures are of when there was this little band called the Legend of the Seagull Men. Apparently, they decided to write a song about me.
Is that when Sean dressed up? He was all red or something.
Yeah, 100%. Sean was cursed by the red tide.
Oh,
And-
okay.
I mean,
Haven't
that's
we
another
all, though?
thing. The Legend of the Seagull Men is a supergroup founded here in Cocoa Beach. And there might be some people in it, maybe, Brent Hines from Mastodon, Danny Carey from, Tool. But it all started here as an ecological and an ocean-minded band, which goes along with how all of us have grown into nice, upstanding members of society. But
Right.
we all started here in Cocoa Beach, and how this town shaped us and formed us. And I can't
Yeah.
I can't understand how it happened, brother.
Is that where you're at now, Bill? Are you back in Cocoa Beach now?
For another 5 days, and then I have to go up off of. I have to go off north of Massachusetts to go back to my job, and I'll be gone for another month or 3.
So that's great. That's a good question, because I was gonna say, like, Florida is not one of the most premier places to have wind turbines, is it? Because there's not a consistent wind like Hawaii, you know. So is that where you're doing that stuff up there?
Yeah. They do a lot of surveys, turbidity, wind, things like that, and they try to decide where the best places where all of this will happen. Certain places like off of Scotland, Florida is not really so much in that. I wish it was.
Right.
Hawaii, but the world is moving towards a more sustainable sense of power,
Right.
and I just feel great to be a part of it.
Yeah,
I think
dude.
it's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's good karma coming your way, brother. I mean, you're helping the planet, and anytime you're doing something that's benefiting the planet, I don't see how you got to have some good mana
Bill,
coming
what
your
is
way.
what is your take on the I don't know if you guys have heard or read about this. So in Fukushima, man, they had a meltdown of the power plant. It's just dumping radiation into the ocean
Right.
because it's
Been
still
going
just
on for a
down there.
while.
It's gonna be down there forever.
Right.
forever.
They can't really get rid of it, right? I mean,
They
it's
can't put it out. What is your
That's
thoughts
where
on that?
Godzilla come from.
That is where Godzilla came from. Dude, don't mess with that guy. He'll mess you all up.
I know. I've been working on my
Yeah.
Ultraman skills.
Yeah, I've been watching that Beastie Boys video, Intergalactic Planetary, for like months, just
Yeah.
getting ready for it.
That's
Yeah,
that's
so
good practice.
going back to the question Brian asked, what do you think about that over there, dude? Like, since you're into the ocean, and I mean, is it under control? Is it we're not hearing about it? What's the scoops on that?
Well,
Do you know?
this is just one of my perspectives. You know, I mean, obviously, nuclear radiologist deficient. I'm not a molecular biologist by any means, but in my opinion, some of the trace elements found from Fukushima are spreading, and that is due to a lot of things. Part of it is because they cooled the radiation with water, seawater, and then the seawater becomes radioactive, and where is that going to go?
Right.
So it's one of those questions that I feel as though I am not qualified enough to answer appropriately, but I can only give my opinion on it.
Right.
So I hope you guys understand that.
Understood.
Yes.
So be prepared for three-eyed fish.
You
and
heard
all
it
that
here
kind of
first,
stuff.
folks. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
No, you
don't
heard it
shut us
first.
down.
You heard
Yeah.
it first on The Simpsons. They had
It's only an
plenty of
opinion.
three-eyed fish.
Well, Simpsons are always first.
I
to
mean,
let you
because
know.
I mean, you're plugged into that whole scene. You're a marine biologist, so when you think about it, most of the Earth is water, so it's all mostly marine biology and things, and a whole. I have a loss for the word now, but it's like that's the whole planet is mostly water. So I mean, that's where the future is. Honestly, I don't think that if we survive up top on the land, I think that'll just be a blip in time. I think there's probably a whole lot more underneath the ocean that's going to be happening.
Don't get
Mr.
too
B,
deep,
the
Brian.
whole world- you know what, guys? The whole world is interconnected. It really is. It's not the grand expanse of the unknown that we used to know. The whole world is interconnected, and every little bit that all of us can do is probably for the better. Like they used to say, think globally, act locally. And every little bit that we do will probably help all of us, our children, and everything in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah,
So
dude. You know, it's funny. Oh, go ahead, Raz. Sorry, bud. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tim.
Oh, I was just gonna say, since we're talking about the ocean, I was watching this thing on YouTube, and they have this huge net, probably the size of like 2 football fields, and they pull it with 2 boats, and they're just gathering all this plastic that has accumulated out in the Pacific Ocean. And I thought, like, those dudes are like you, Bill. You know, they're out there doing good for the planet, and dude, they're just bringing up like tons of plastic, and but they're using the plastic for, board shorts and all kind of cool stuff that we could use it for, and to me, I think that humans, we need to go away from plastic, dude. We should start going back to glass, or, in the old days, they didn't have the plastic problem like they have now, because everything was in bottles. And, I think we've come to, it's too easy to go grab you a bottled water and a bottled Mountain Dew or whatever, and then you trash it, and it's, so that's a huge problem for us as humans. We love fish. The fish eat the plastic in the ocean, and we eat them. We're just, you drink the liquid that's in the plastic bottle, and who knows all the plastic particles that were in there when they dumped the water in there, so
Microplastics, yeah.
Yeah, so.
And microplastics are finding their way into people now. Have you guys heard that?
Yeah, so think about it. When you buy a bottle of water, it says Smart Water on it. Oh, this is healthy. But when they dumped that water in there, it had all that, when they made the bottle, it had all that, microplastics in there or whatever. So
100%.
I try to stay away from bottled water and anything bottled because of that. I try
Smart Water, it's so funny. People think that Smart Water means the water is smart, but it's really the dudes who decided to sell the water, regular water, to people. That's why they call it Smart Water.
Charge $5 a bottle, yeah.
Well, look here in Florida, Nestle just acquired a contract to pump an additional 1 million gallons a day. You can look all of
Corporate
this up.
Corporate disclaimer. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I wasn't given the heads up.
No,
but there are certain larger companies that sell bottled water that are basically drilling into our aquifer to bottle it and sell it back to us. Right. That, to me, is bigger than offshore drilling. That is bigger than the garbage patches and everything. Because when this kind of thing happens, what is going to go on with the people when you can't drink your water, when you can't breathe the air, when the fish in your river or estuarine system, when they can't survive?
Right.
This is something that is more important than something that happens thousands of miles away. We need to think about where we came from, where we're living right now, and what we're going to do about it. And this is why I've agreed to do many of the things that I've done in my life. And I know that you guys take this very much to heart as well. And this is why we have this forum.
Yeah, we have to do that. We have to educate people, we got, so let me ask you, Bill, what is the thing that we can do? What do you need? You're talking to an audience of people right now, maybe 3, 4 children.
Where's the crickets?
4 children, and then their parents maybe are listening in to make sure there's nothing bad. What would you say to these people to say, hey, this is what we need. I need it. How can we help your organization and your efforts?
You know what? This becomes a very sticky and dicey situation. I've gotten into some issues in the past, but education really is the key. The benefits of educating the
The
Menehune, the young
Yeah.
kids and everything, that's where it's going to start, because by the time it really becomes a dire situation, it's going to be their problem, not ours, because no offense, we're going to be dead.
Right.
I think kids are terrible. I just want to, they just put some new basketball courts up near my house. And every morning I go to walk the dog and I look at what new trash they've left. And I'm
Right.
just like, and I'm like, they can't be. I think we should just take the power away from them. Just
Well,
use
you
them
know-
like a vessel to buy things.
Well,
Like an
that's what it comes down to, the parenting, man. You know, you don't have the parenting that we had when we were growing up. You know, that
I
we
think
got,
that they've
we got
relaxed.
spanked when we did shit like that. You know, we
So
got to, you know, now it's like, oh, can't touch my
Tune in
kids.
next week when we bitch like old men.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
But back to the water bottling. Where my property is in North Florida, they have a factory right there, and I was reading up on it to find out about it, and they paid $350 for the permit, and they can
Right.
pump as much water.
Oh, you're
As all they had to do is offer.
North Florida.
I think they offered like 300. Yeah, up in Lee, Florida, they offered 300 jobs, so that's how they got the permit so cheap.
Mm.
And
Right.
they're just grabbing as much water as they want, pretty much.
And the biggest thing is people, it seems all over the world, because I've worked in the Persian Gulf, I've worked in Africa, I've worked all throughout the Caribbean, I've worked in South America, and it seems like the majority of the people only deal with their little bubble, their tiny little piece of what they have to immediately worry about. And that's understandable, but it's much bigger than just the little bubble. It's
Right.
us, it's you, it's everybody. We
I
need
think what
to
we
work
should do
together.
is, I think we should create an environmental economy. I think if we can figure out how to make money off of saving the environment, that will thrive. Because people do what is easy, and then they do what they can to make money. So if you can figure out how people can make money, or corporations can make money off of cleaning up the environment and maintaining it, that's the real winner.
Right.
So if
That's-
all you Mac coasters have any ideas you want to share that we
Leave
can
a comment.
use, we'll
That's right.
gladly use it and make money with it.
Right. So it's kind of like Shark Tank, except instead of a tank, it's a toilet. And
Dude,
we're
hey,
looking
Bill-
for you.
Bill seems like you need to have a damn TV show about you, dude. You've been around, dude. You've done a lot, you know. I'd love to sit down with you and just talk about your stories, man. You must have stories for days, you know. I mean,
Well, you know,
catching
one of the
sharks, and you got a cool
One-
life, dude.
one of the reasons why I started doing what I did was because I grew up here. Because I grew up with you two knuckleheads. And I mean, some of the things that I started loving about this place really changed something in me. And I could have worked at Taco City forever, which I still love it, by the way. And I will
Right.
always defend it till the day I die. But, you know, I saw that I could possibly do something better, which is why, you know, I got a bachelor's and then a master's and then a minor in chemistry, dealing specifically with physiochemical water chemistry. And then I started teaching. And then I started going into certain other things because I wanted to see those things for myself. I didn't want to hear about them from somebody else. I wanted to see them so that when I tried to pass on whatever information I could, I actually had some semblance of an idea of what the heck I was talking about. And I've made mistakes.
I feel the same way about porn, Bill.
Ah, I love that stuff.
I needed to see it for myself. I heard about it back in the day.
And
when I
in
was
the
a
week
kid.
after next, and we talk about
The
Brian's
week
porn
after, the
addictions.
day after, before tomorrow.
Oh man. That's
Sorry,
funny.
man.
Wow,
I gotta find those ins and outs to make that joke. Gotta
Yeah.
make that
Hey,
joke.
I love it.
I love it, man.
You know what? If we don't have time for jokes and some semblance of brevity, then we have nothing in life. But it's those times that we're not so serious. That's
Right.
when we can all come together and hang out and have a good time and catch up with the brothers.
The brothers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my
I
man.
miss
Dude,
you,
man,
bro.
I'm looking-
Bill. I miss
I'm
you,
looking-
dude.
I'm looking forward to coming down there and visiting Razzle and meeting you, dude. We gotta come down. I gotta go down there and visit you, Raz.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna rent a black van and we're gonna go get my brother. We're gonna go. My brother's missing in action. We're gonna go down there with a black van, like the guys from that movie Old School, and we're gonna play some Metallica.
Don't tell
Yeah.
everybody, Brian.
Yeah, man. The three people
You're
that are
giving
watching.
the secret, giving our secret
Yeah,
away on
we
YouTube.
want you to come with us, Matt Coasters. Let's go. We're gonna bring everybody with us.
Hey,
So
you know
yeah,
what?
so Bill, I wanted to kind of ask you, man, and break it down, like the future
sir.
of you. You're going up to Maine, or where did you say, Maine, or somewhere up there, and working,
Massachusetts area.
and Massachusetts, and so like, in the next 5 years, you're just working towards that. Is that what you're, is that your full on journey that you're going to be on? Is working on the wind turbines, or are you going back into the ocean and fishing, or what's up for you?
No, I mean, I'm a firm believer in ecosystem-based fisheries management, and obviously, I love seafood. Most of us love our ahi.
Right.
Mean, most of us. But I mean, it kind of comes into a weird kind of conundrum, because people are like, oh yeah, we shut down fisheries in our area, but the pressure to bring in seafood comes from other areas. And the US and Canada and most of North America are some of the two most highly regulated places. So I would prefer that everybody try to eat sustainable seafood, not just say, oh, we did it right and we cut it all out in our area. Because fisheries biologists, marine biologists like myself, we can gather data from all of that. As some of you know about the red snapper fishery and things like that. I was one of the people that was out there cutting out fish ear bones, looking at reproduction, everything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, support the science,
right.
100%.
What do you guys?
Awesome, dude.
I don't want to go off on a tangent, so I won't.
No,
I
please.
just decided not to. No, because I knew some people that were like, "Hey, the Worcestershire pig is going extinct, and we're fighting to help it." And I go, "That's awesome. So what are you guys doing?" And they go, "We're breeding it so we can sell it to people to eat." And I said, "Okay. So instead of it being extinct, you're gonna breed it and sell them like cows." And I just thought to myself, well, that's not cool.
Bacon.
I don't know.
That's profound.
That was kind of my
is.
I mean, and the lady that was there, I was at an event and the lady was telling me about it. And then like as I was talking to her, I was like, I could see her. She was like, oh yeah, it's great. Like looking at her teeth and imagining her eating the pigs. And they had like the pig there and they were like serving us pork and stuff. And I was just like, wow.
This
I
pig is
felt like-
delicious.
Yeah, I felt like one of those aliens from the movie V, like, yeah, we've come to Earth to help you and to eat you.
Yes.
I don't know. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, I understand that whole thing of the science and you gotta understand everything. But then also there's like, what are we doing? Are we enslaving these creatures so we can,
It all boils down to greed, and like you said, Brian, unless we can find some way that's profitable and beneficial to people that do it, they're not going to do it. They're worried about surviving. make enough money to pay the bills. So
Mm.
Right?
And with that note,
that's
And
why
on
we're
that-
thankful we got guys like Mr. Bill here.
That's
Aw,
right.
Thanks, Mr.
Yeah,
Raz.
man. Yeah, hey,
Yes, sir.
Bill, I appreciate what you're doing for the, the planet and, all the hard work you've done over your time and, benefiting the planet, man. It's awesome what you're doing. Appreciate it.
Well,
And I miss you,
know
brother.
what?
I miss hanging with you, bro. You're a cool cat, bro. When you came out here, still remember the good times we had, man. It was
Home
fun.
plate.
Yeah.
Bill, if you want to do another segment on the show, man, let us know. We'd love to have you on, talk about some news and stuff that's going on in your life and with the world and the
Absolutely.
ocean.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
Any way that I can help out the McLemore brothers and cousin, I mean, you guys are legendary here. We talk about you often. I mean, even with Simon's little gathering, you guys
Right on.
still came up.
Right on, bro.
Because you can't talk about Cocoa Beach without you guys being in it.
That's
Wow,
awesome,
thank you.
bro. Thank you,
And
man.
not for nothing, Cocoa
That's
Beach is
awesome.
maybe a little bit famous, apparently.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, those
So-
times that I lived in Cocoa Beach with you when we back then, man, that was some of the best times of my life. And, I left, but I didn't, my heart's still there. You know what I mean? I still think about you guys all the time. And, those are cherished moments in my life, man, with you and Taco City and all of that. All the boys that still live there, man. I don't talk to a lot of the boys over there still, but when I do, it's like I never left, We're still brothers for life, cause
You know what,
Yeah.
McLemeras? I will say this. Brotherhood. Always and forever.
yes,
Cocoa
sir,
Beach,
bro.
Hawaii, Lee County, Washington,
I agree.
D.C. ish.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Brotherhood forever.
Right
And we
on.
always
I
remember where we
appreciate
came from and we always know what is important in our life. Exactly.
Right
So,
on,
you know
brother.
what, guys? Thank you so much.
Hey,
This has
thank you,
been-
Bill.
This has been amazing, and it's so good to see everybody again. And
I
I
agree.
really hope that this doesn't get me in trouble for one, but no, I really hope that more people like you guys are willing to take a chance to fight for what you believe in.
Right.
Right on, brother.
Yeah, man.
That's
and we
right.
appreciate you coming on the show, man. And until next time, we like Brian said, maybe we can have you back on and we can catch up again, and good luck on your journeys in the next, couple weeks when you go up there. And I hope the best for you, brother. You keep in touch, all right?
Hell yeah! And
God
thank you guys.
bless, man.
Thank you guys again. You guys have a good one.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you too,
man.
brother. Take us out, Brian.
All right. And so, with that being said, now is the time in our program where we ask you to donate. Just 20 cents a day can help a Mac live, maybe beyond his 50s and 60s. So,
Absolutely.
so reach into your hearts and into your wallets and whatever you've got there. I don't care what it is, if it's made out of tin, if it's made out of jelly beans, whatever. Just go ahead and stick it in a wet envelope and throw it in the trash. We've got people out there that are combing through the trash right now for our donations. And until next week, live on, live long and prosper.
You!
Coast to
Thank
coast.
you,
Bloody Bill!
Yeah.
It's our anniversary. Anniversary. The first thing I do is put it to you on an anniversary.